Episode 27 of the Utility Players podcast. What is up?
Yo, Fort, you put
What's
the
good?
finishing touches on Donda out there?
Yeah,
See you
I
in the room
just
with Kanye.
Kanye just gave me a haircut earlier. I don't know
Yeah.
what he's got going on, man. He said he wanted to hit some dumbbell curls. I'm like, bro, like just drop the album, dog. Like, what's going on?
Right.
Unbelievable. Well, hey, it's the first inning, and the Mets
Getting
already down
sick of it.
3-0. So
Are they done?
they're
For real?
done.
You feel like
I'm
they're
done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Shout out my dog BDG.
Was Kanye really sleeping while he was doing his concert? Was he giving haircuts before, like working out as well? Like that was the most trippiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, was
Bro,
Kanye
so-
giving the haircuts?
What? Oh, I thought he was
Yeah.
giving the haircuts. I
Yeah.
mean, he was
Oh, I
under a
didn't see
mask,
that
so I
part.
don't know. I didn't know for sure if it's
Fair
Kanye, but
Did you guys
That was
any of you guys
wild.
watch that live stream?
I watched
I
a little
missed
bit of
it.
it.
What'd you think?
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Dude. Only Kanye could pack a bunch of people into a stadium, put a stage in the middle of it, have people play his concert, literally not say a word. Do push-ups on stage. When he put that jacket over him like that, he like started chasing people around like a little ghost. And people are cheering and whatever. I'm
that's
just
the
like,
best
hey,
part.
yeah, dude, it's the funniest thing. I saved the video, and when I get time, I gotta clip that. But only Kanye could do that. And I watched it, and I'm watching the thing, and this is Kanye's power. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. I don't know why. I don't know
Yeah,
about some of the
there's-
songs though.
There's
Some
not
of them
many
are-
people that can do the kind of shit Kanye does. For example, live streaming while he's sleeping and people are watching it or doing whatever he's been doing for the past 2 weeks and people tune in. And it's just goes to show, I guess, what he's done throughout the years that people are still giving him a shot, even though he's been fucking trying us with this whole album. Like,
Yeah.
Does anybody know the details of the cost of a ticket to go to these concerts he's been doing? Like, is it
That was two
high
things
in
I was
demand?
wondering. Those two things
Well,
I
it
was
was like-
wondering. Did he advertise? Did they literally advertise and sell those tickets? That was the first thing. Second thing I was wondering is, do you think he is the one that's been communicating the release dates of these and just not having it, or he's never even said anything about a release date and people are just, kind of coming up with their own?
it's a good question. But regarding the price of stuff, I saw that like chicken tenders were like $50 at that event. So I can only imagine how much it was to get in. I don't think he's,
Chicken.
Those were
Actually,
just sweet
$50.
prices.
but still, like, even still,
Yeah,
that's a lot of money for some food, bro.
for some chicken
Yeah.
tenders.
I'm paying $50 for chicken tenders. Holy shit.
But isn't that crazy that shows how much artists are now in control of what they do as far as an album, as far as a concert? They could pump fake us for days, weeks, and months, and
Not
then just
everybody.
release it at not everybody,
Yeah.
correction, absolutely. But they have control. And that's, I think, what Kanye's doing at the end of the day. I think he's solidifying the control of he can release it whenever he wants.
So do you think, when do you think this is going to come out? Or do you think this is kind of like Life of Pablo, where it's a little bit of a working album? He'll release it someday and then go in and make tweaks again, which I'm not mad
True.
at.
Yeah.
It's your work. It's your creative energy that you put into this. If there's something in that bothers you so much that you want to change it, he's the person that hears it in its truest form that he wants it to be heard in. And so if
Yep.
he wants to tweak anything, I have no issue with that at all. I just, we keep getting teased here. Like, when is it going to happen?
I think him and Drake are playing chicken.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what my brother was telling me today. He's like, they're going back and forth on who's going to drop this album first, because
Yeah.
whoever drops it second is probably going to get the most plays. But
That's
it's
funny
it's
because
bullshit.
I was thinking this, that Kanye, I think him and Drake maybe going back and forth, and Kanye's maybe leaking these release dates to see what reaction he gets from Drake and see if we're going to get some then leakage saying he's going to drop Certified Lover Boy maybe the same day. Because you remember back when we were, like, say 10 years ago, we were growing up, artists would drop, albums on the same day and kind of compete with each other. I think it
Yep.
was Kanye and 50
Yep.
Cent
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
Kind of miss those days, you know.
Yeah.
And that's another theory I have. Or you know what? It's just a working thing that never actually happens, and I don't know. I know you can pre-order it, but
Pre-order.
See, I didn't
Pre-order
even. I don't
for
know where you found that
2023.
because I couldn't find it.
Apple Music.
You can
So,
pre-order Tory Lane's album too.
Tory Lanez.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think it's on Apple Music anymore to pre-order.
What?
Tory Lanez is?
No, Donda.
Did someone shoot him?
Going
I like Tory
down.
Lanez.
Yeah, he makes some hit records, but
Tory
He
Lane
makes some
makes
hit
good music.
records.
he's been trying for a
last
while,
album.
and
He single-handedly held a lot of people down during the peak of the pandemic with his IG lives. All
No, he
right.
did.
So
Well,
everyone was
thought his
tuning
last
into
album
Tory
was
Lane.
trash. That's all I'm gonna say.
and he got a lot of mainstream love because of the Megan Thee Stallion incident as well with the gun
Yeah.
and all that.
Good.
Staying on that same vibe, did you
Allegedly.
guys
Allegedly.
allegedly did you guys? There's a few music topics. One of them being the Locks and the Dipset versus. Did you guys either check out clips? I'm sure you guys didn't watch the full live stream or anything like that, but did you guys kind of get that? I'm from New York. Obviously, Gravy's very familiar with New York hip hop and rap, but Dipset and Locks was something I grew up on. Did you guys listen to some clips of Jadakiss feeling like, hip hop was back for a second? Or
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say no, I haven't. It's on my to watch list that I've been building. But
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. I've seen clips. I was just busy, didn't get a chance to check it out when it dropped. But definitely a Dipset fan growing up. Like always rode with those guys. I listened to Jadakiss, just not. I'm not gonna say I was his biggest fan. But he put on a show. Actually, shout out to Feinberg.
good attempt.
Feinberg did the best Jadakiss laugh ever.
Oh,
Did he?
that
Yeah.
was
So
like that little noise was a shout out to like my friends and I growing up, because that's what we used to say, because we couldn't do it, and then we listened
Yeah.
to Jadakiss and walk around the backyard and be like, "Kaka!"
that's hilarious.
Uh,
I mean, yeah, but he put on a show. So shout out to him. He held it down. Drank some Henny, I think. Did some push-ups outside.
push-ups are the new thing in hip hop.
Or pull-ups,
Saw
not
it
push-ups.
last
Seems
Friday.
like it. Yeah.
Kanye.
What about you, Fort?
No, I didn't tune in. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't really listen to Dipset or anything like that growing up as a kid, or
Yeah.
much either. I don't know. I was more 50 Cent and just listening to like Eminem and shit when I was younger. So that was not something that I listened to. I'll definitely tune in and give it a shot. But
You used
I
to
missed
listen
it.
to Eminem.
Twitter, yeah, a lot.
Yuck.
Hey, look, man. Eminem in like 2000 to like 2006.
He was killing it, man. Him and
He
50 Cent
was.
were.
Yeah, I could
Yep.
never.
Early
I tried.
2000s.
I could never. Liked 8 Mile. Good movie.
Yeah,
But
the
8
movie.
Mile, spaghetti.
I don't know if I'm
spaghetti.
downloading his album
Oh, now no, but I mean,
ever.
Eminem's probably ever.
Sorry. For me, I know. Obviously, a lot of people like him, but I don't know. I just could never get into it.
Same. I was never an Eminem fan, but I do respect him. I do think he's one of the greatest rappers ever in terms of his rap ability. But it's just not his music never. I've always been like I'll call it an alternative like hip hop fan. So, big Earth Gang fan, huge Tyler the Creator fan. So that's kind of last time.
Love it.
And then
And
obviously,
then
shit, I'm old as fuck, man. Great.
I'm old
Like
as fuck.
crazy. So
what age do you get to when you get to get away with saying I'm old as fuck, man? Is it 30? Is it 35? I feel like that age has gone up a little bit, because I feel like everybody just says I'm old as fuck. I've been saying it for the last 3 years, and I don't feel old, but it's just
I
like
don't. Hey,
it's good to
I
say,
agree with
you.
I don't feel old at all. I feel young, fresh, spry. I feel like a champion. I feel like culture.
Guy wants to bike 1,000 miles next year.
Magnetizes to me. Yeah, I never
Iowa.
started biking the whole thing. I'm not there yet, and I don't want to take a week off work for fucking rack. But I've went to the cities before and partied, and it's it's lit. And so I always wanted to just try, because it's usually like depending on the city, you know, ride 45 to 80 or 100 miles a day.
Yeah.
The only problem is it's usually like end of July, so it's 100 fucking degrees.
Yep.
People die.
Wait,
Can't really
what?
do it. Yeah, literally people
doing
die.
the event,
Yeah.
like during it or like after the
During
fact?
it. Yeah, you'll see
Oh,
read on the
boy.
news like, well, let me clarify. And then you read on the news, and it's like, oh, a person
Read on
died during Ragbri. You look at it, it's like 73-year-old Jim guy had heat exhaustion and passed out. I'm like, yeah, maybe if you're 73, you're not going to ride 1,000
That's
miles
true.
on a bike ride.
Was he related to Ray Guy, the punter?
Ray Guy? There's a
Yeah.
person named Ray Guy.
Yeah, he's the punter. He's like the first punter to go into the Hall of Fame.
There's punters in the Hall of Fame.
One.
Is there a punter in the Hall of Fame? That's a
Yeah,
great
Ray
question.
Guy.
Ray
Who's
guy.
that?
He punted. He was the
What-
punter
what-
for the Raiders.
Sounds like, I'm going to be honest with you, it sounds like they wanted to make sure they had a punter in there. And so
Yeah.
they just created this Ray Guy figure.
No,
They're
bro.
like,
William
what's his
Ray
name gonna be?
Guy.
William
Ray
Ray
Guy.
He went into the Hall of Fame in 2014.
I always wanted to
What-
have a son and name him Guy, because I like when people were like, "Hey, have you hit up Guy?
What's up, guy?
What up, guy?
Yeah, what up, Guy?" But that might be in. for my next
Did
kid.
you guys catch any of the Hall of Fame stuff this weekend?
I watched the
Football?
speeches, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But I watched.
I want to watch the
just,
speeches.
like, the speeches online.
Yeah, the only
Charles
thing that
Wilson was good.
stood out to me was Edgerrin James. That speech was
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Yep.
Yep, it was super.
I know
dope.
Fort posted. Did you post something for it about that?
Yeah, when he said he came into the
I-
league with gold teeth and now he's leaving with a gold
Oh.
jacket.
Yep.
When
some
he
real
said
shit
it,
right there.
I'm inmate number and all that, like that was dope
It's
because
something
you
in the
could
inside
tell
of
he,
his suit jacket.
yeah, he had some receipts for 20, 25 years that he remembered either reporters or writers talking about him, because that's something that felt like he went on for a good amount of his speech about his image and how you don't have to portray a certain way or look a certain way. And you could tell that was years of people writing about him, of how he looked, and probably haters and doubters. And I thought that was great for him to kind of clap back at that right moment. That was awesome.
Yeah. For some reason, University of Miami players, especially during that era, get some
Yep.
kind of connotation. I mean, they were saying that Sean Taylor was a thug and he
Yeah.
really wasn't doing any thug shit. But I don't know.
They're just
Reporters say
scared.
whatever they want. Yeah. They just wanted, we talked about it, clickbait. It's not even about who's right anymore. It's just about who can get the story out first, which is a shame because you should just do your own research.
They got a 30 for 30 on that too, right? Of the
So good.
weren't they called the convicts or something like that? That was
Yeah,
their
about-
nickname.
About
Catholics
Miami.
versus
Yeah.
convicts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when they
that's
played
what it
Notre
is.
Dame.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that's great.
Did
got
you guys
two parts.
see? Did you listen to Calvin Johnson's speech? Didn't
No, I
mention the
didn't at
Lions
all.
all.
Actually, what
really-
he
he
did? I
didn't?
didn't hear that.
He didn't say. He
Wow.
didn't mention the Lions at all.
Yeah.
Literally
man.
didn't mention them by name, huh?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Wow. Good. I
Yeah.
mean, good for him if he has the right reason. I mean, I know the general
Yeah.
consensus of the vibe, but
was
damn, I
pretty-
didn't know that. Now I'm gonna have to go look.
Peyton Manning was good. It's always. I mean, that guy's always kind of motivational.
Yep.
Super motivational. I think I liked his because he was really adamant. You could feel his passion through there. That I think don't know the exact words, but he's talking about how he doesn't play football anymore, but he will remain involved with football for the rest of his entire life.
Smart man. Take that
Growing
money.
the game and because that he loves to more and more people,
Yeah.
showing them that the game is great. So
Two
It's good.
quick things. Calvin Johnson, I think he was on Pat McAfee last week, I believe, or the week before that, and he said like he just doesn't fuck with like the Lions front office, like the business part, but like he wants to be involved with the players, like has no problem with the team aspect, the coaches, stuff like that. But he said he's trying to talk to the owner. I don't know her name. I think it's Sheila Ford, if I'm correct. But he's been talking to her lately, but still like he's got a lot of bad juju on that team.
isn't that weird that they've had him and Barry Sanders that have had issues with the front office, like two look, as a Bears fan, Calvin Johnson was a beast. He was a Bears killer. He destroyed
He
us. I think
was.
one game he had like 253 receiving yards versus the
He
Bears.
destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
And
For that short
Over
amount
300
of
against the
time.
Cowboys.
yeah, and then obviously Barry Sanders, and it's weird. That would, as another player, that would like make me pause. and be
Yeah.
like, what's going on here? That
And people like that
Two-
are still allowed to own a franchise.
right, two of the most beloved players in your franchise's history by, if you ask your fans, for sure.
Wow.
And
Yes,
they
anybody
both-
breathing.
right, and they both don't have great things to say about you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It correlates directly to winning. It's funny how you hear all these players' stories behind the scenes or when they retire, and you go, no wonder. It all makes sense to why the fish stinks from the head down. Ownership's bad, whatever they got going on, whether they're trying to just profit and not put on a good team, or you got management doing some shady stuff. You hear about it after, and you go, you connect the dots. You go, no wonder this franchise doesn't win.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, something for you guys to think
Also-
about. Sorry.
I just want to say shout out to Ray for the new quote I'll be using. The fish stinks from the head down.
Yeah.
Never heard that before. And
Did I get that right, by the way?
I have no idea if
I
you
don't
not, but
know.
it made
Never
sense
heard
to
it.
me. Because
The fish stinks from the head-
would
yeah,
stink
no.
from the head down.
My mind went to 18
Okay.
different places when you
I'd
said
be saying a lot of things on this
Oh.
podcast that when I listen back to it 2 or 3 times, I'm like, why did I say that? So that's definitely a quote. You could look it up, Google it. I'm pretty sure that's right.
The
So,
fish stinks
Oh,
from the
hey,
head
yeah.
down.
I don't want to look it up and Google it or anything. I want it to happen organically the way you said it. Take it,
Okay.
remember it, tell my daughter 25 years from now, the fish stinks from the head down. And then she's like, where'd you hear that? And I'm like, don't even worry about it.
Episode
once you
27.
read-
Episode
once-
27.
The great and powerful Ray.
Go ahead, Gravy. I love it.
well, now I have something else to say. Shout out to future Ray laughing at this Ray tomorrow. Something for you guys to think about is, what do you think about Peyton Manning secretly, without us even noticing, putting his head in, looking in different doors, learning new things? What about Peyton Manning becoming the next commissioner of the NFL?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. I'm in for it.
I think he's up to something.
Yeah.
He probably
would,
is.
He would be a dude that would get that job. Like if it, I could see it.
Yeah.
A lot of power, and you become the enemy immediately.
That's-
So
that's
that's
what I
kind of
think,
my take on it.
I
Where
was just
Peyton's
I'm
so
thinking-
beloved.
Thank God you said that, Ray, because I was just thinking, wait a minute. Then he'd have to be on the
Yeah.
other side dealing with the players union, and I don't know if he would like that.
Right. But
Yeah.
it's just, to me, it's like, well, I think the players would like that. I think having a commissioner who
course.
knows your stance,
Yeah, and was
but
a
then is
player.
also respected enough by the owners to know that he's going to be fair to them as well. But it's like, to me, it's like, can Peyton's always been the good guy. So how do you think at his age, at that time, whenever it happens, will he want to be dealing with being the enemy every single day? So that's
Okay.
you can't do any right.
So then if not him, years down the line, I mean, the way you described it seems like a perfect job for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Tom.
Tom?
Yeah, I don't
No,
think
that
Aaron
would
Rodgers
be-
gives a shit about doing anything when he's
Yeah,
the Giants.
I don't think Rodgers would want to do
He's
that.
going straight to Jeopardy.
By the way, the paycheck for NFL commissioner is what, 30 to 40
40 million.
a year? That's insane. Wow.
I think they make like
That-
$1, but then they get 40 million in other ways. I don't know.
Oh, there's like because the
Yeah.
owners, each owner pays them. So there might be a technicality by literal
Yeah.
how it's done.
think it's
I know
something
what you
weird,
mean.
especially with Goodell. I think he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make $1, but then
Yep.
he's making 40 million in other ways. Shit like
Roger Goodell's a 1099, just getting paid by 30 companies per year.
Let that be a lesson to everyone in fantasy football. Tip your commissioner.
Tip your
Please.
commissioner.
You're right.
Tip your commissioner.
That's a good point.
I'm only saying that because I'm being a commissioner for a league this year. So
There you go.
There's commissioners out there that are lazy, that don't want to deal with problems, that don't want to take on, they all want to have that responsibility. But when it comes to doing updates and having that conflict, I've
Hey,
seen
look,
it.
Hey,
So
shout out,
Gravy,
Short
Gravy
way.
is a GOAT commissioner.
I was, and then my friends are my friends, so I had to retire early.
Yeah,
Sorry.
good way.
I
Good
think
way
we
to
should
put
stay
it.
on the commissioner theme and think of who, as an ex-player, would be a good baseball commissioner, because Manfred is cat turds, man.
Manfred's so bad.
It's a good
Yeah,
question
man.
to think about that.
He's got a tough gig though. It's baseball has gone through such a transition over the last few years where ratings are so down, the pandemic, and he's gotten a tough start to his career in the first 5 years. How long has he been commissioner? Maybe more.
He's more.
Yeah,
I
more
lost
than
track of
5.
time. Yeah, I've been lost track of time. But
I think you're close, but I think it's more than 5.
he's got great players to go forward with. So you can't. Let's see what he does. He's got all time great personalities and players. So
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of young, good talent in baseball.
6 years.
6 years. Okay.
Close. Yep.
Let's Yankees are playing White Sox, Field of Dreams in Iowa. You guys going?
no.
There's like
No.
500.
Oh, he was
teams.
talking. He was talking about that last night. He was at the Padres game against the Marlins, and they were talking about that.
Who?
Manfred.
About what?
Oh, yeah.
They're- About
Field of
Field
Dreams?
of Dreams. Yeah, they were interviewing him.
It was supposed to be
He
last year, and they
mentioned that.
postponed it. Same teams
Yeah, no.
last year.
You had to, tickets were in extreme demand. You had to go on to like a online raffle and basically, like a sneakers draw. If your name gets chosen, then you get an opportunity to purchase them, I think 2. And so my barber, his dad did it. He won, so he bought 2. He's taking him obviously on Thursday, but they were thinking about reselling them because some of the tickets were going upwards to $8,000.
Yeah, they should have
What?
For
resolved.
real?
Yes.
Yeah, I would have resold.
Yeah. Well, that's like the highest I've seen. When they went and looked on I don't know where they went. I don't want to say eBay when I went to eBay, but he said they were still probably around 1,200 a piece. They could have sold them for. But I don't know. You gotta go. It's the inaugural game. Ian's a baseball fan, huge baseball fan, and so you got
Especially now that the Cubs sold.
Yeah. Now, what's
You
the
gotta go.
situation with that? Is that a little league stadium that they've created in a way to look like one, or not a little league, maybe a minor league, or they actually produced it just for this game? You guys might know more than we do because
So
you guys
they-
live in the state.
So the town, I've actually never been to the town. It's a small town on the eastern side of the state, so it's far away from Des Moines.
Okay.
And that was where they filmed Field of Dreams, like the field. So the field's always been there, but
Gotcha.
it wasn't in playable shape like anymore. Like you could go visit it. They have a Field of Dreams museum there. And so when they made this partnership, they've redone. I think it fits up to 8,000 fans that can fit. And so they redid it, kind of put all the stuff around there. So now you can actually hold games there. So I bet they do it every year now. I bet baseball makes it a thing, has a Field of Dreams game every year for sure.
Make it
That'd
a
be the
cool thing.
first-
They could put the vintage teams in it, like the Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs. Obviously, I'm sure they'll do the Cubs probably next year if
The
they're smart,
first-
just because of the location.
It'll be the first professional. Yeah, we have the iCubs, but they'll be the first Major League Baseball game played in the state of Iowa in history. So
Oh wow, See, that I guess that is historic. And like you said, something like that you value if you love the game of baseball and live in
Yeah.
Iowa to go to.
shit, if I had tickets, I would have gone, but not paying that dough.
I would have resold, just like I'm about to resell these off-white dunks I got today from Sneakers.
Oh,
Got the
You-
random.
You got a W. When's the last time you got a dub
No,
on an
I got
exclusive?
I got a notification, and it was like, you've been selected for exclusive access to the Nike low dunk off-white, whatever. So I didn't even know what the hell it was. I just jumped in there and bought it before they got sold out. And then I was like, oh shit, these are them. So it was like 180 retail. And from what my boy told me, I'm probably selling them around 1,000 at the
All
league.
right.
yeah.
That's a come up.
Nice.
So shout out to Sneakers, all the shit I talk.
Yeah.
I've been
Dude.
actually pretty lucky on that app, like I will say.
I
But,
used to get hell lucky. I got the Travis Scott Fords. I got 2 pairs when that came out. I kept one and I sold another. I was going on, I think it was 2018, 2017. I was winning one a month, like exclusive pairs, and I was selling them, and then literally nothing since. So it's like the
Yeah.
algorithm was like, all right, enough. You got
Yeah.
your dubs.
I haven't tried it so long.
apparently they pay
Yeah.
attention to how often you use the app, how often you open it, click things,
sure.
like things. So I do that all.
Good
I
point.
make note to do it at least once or twice a week,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
whether I'm
I
buying
haven't,
stuff or not.
That's
So
part of
you're
their
saying-
new like they're giving out. I don't know what they call it, exclusive Nike access.
Mhm.
And then online they were like, "How do you get this?" And they never really told you. You basically that's how you do it. You interact with the app more, and they're tracking all that to see.
Yep.
So you're saying that I haven't been on the app. I haven't been on the app all probably this calendar year. That's probably a negative as far as the algorithm.
Correct.
You-
Okay. So
you're
let me be on.
probably-
No,
you're
I
probably
mean,
gonna
I
do-
stopped. I gave up after a while. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck this.
The app's probably going to disappear from your phone.
Probably.
Yeah. That's actually haven't got notifications. That's kind of weird. Because you know how you have an app that's dormant for like a day, a week, a month, and all of a sudden it's like breaking news, new releases. Like, and you look on your notifications, like I thought I turned these notifications off, and somehow you missed the update to that app that is new of giving all the time.
Yeah.
I just get
Mhm.
notifications about apps that I'm like, I didn't even know I downloaded that.
See, my problem is I'm weird and I turn off all notifications, period,
Smart.
on everything. So I don't get any. And so, because I want control. I want the phone taking
I
control of
want
me.
control.
I want control. Like, I will go in and look, bitch, when I want to go look. You don't need to tell me my news. Tell me my notifications. I'll figure it out on my time.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm
Man,
40.
I'm 40.
I love that. That's so true, though. I went through. I think because yesterday I got a notification from an app, or I think I had Woj notifications on Twitter, and I'm like, all right, Woj, it's after the draft, it's after free agency. I don't need to hear from you for
Yeah,
another
turn that
8
shit
months.
off.
And I turned him and Shams off, and I was like, wait, what other apps have I been getting notifications for? And I see it throughout the day, and I'm like, nope, you're off. So today I barely got notifications, and it was because I managed what I had going on in my life. Like, fuck you.
See, I always
good,
keep
though. I
on
like
like
that.
Shams, Jeff Passan, the baseball guy, and Ian Rappaport. I always keep their notifications on just to, instead of like opening the app and having to experience the negativity on that thing, I'd rather just
Yeah.
leave right there
That's true.
on my notification.
It's also true. That's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Ben? Anything about that? Before we
Oh, I
move
was just saying, true. I agree.
on? Soccer news. Obviously, Ben is new to the European soccer. When's the next you and Gravy share Man City? When do you guys kick off?
We play the Spurs this Sunday afternoon.
The Spurs.
Yeah, it's on him.
And him.
Now, Ben, my
Hey,
my
dude,
question. to
I'm
you-
on first team names right now. I don't know
Yeah.
The Tottenham
called.
Hotspurs.
the Hotspurs.
Yes.
Damn.
Now, Ben, my question to you, because
That sounds
I
like
start-
the San Antonio Spurs cheerleaders. The Hotspurs.
Well, they're in San Antonio, and you know what Charles Barkley said about women from San Antonio.
You
I've
like
been to
them
San Antonio.
churros.
Pretty accurate.
Now, Ben, out of 10, I went into soccer, Real Madrid, now my team that I started rooting for in 2015. Out of 10, what would you say you knew about European soccer as far as like little things like that? Can you name one person on Tottenham? Can you even name what their nickname is? Are you at 0 out of 10? Are you at 1 out of 10 before you picked Man City?
That's a good question.
I meant to ask you that last week.
I wouldn't
but
say I was 0 out of 10 because I never had anything against soccer. I played it growing up until they stopped giving out oranges at halftime. And
tangerines.
As soon as you paused, I knew you were gonna say that.
and my uncle is British, and so all growing up, family events, he would be glued to the TV screaming like a madman. So I've always known it, but I'm not gonna name. I don't know.
Come on, you know somebody on there.
What?
You know somebody on Tottenham.
I don't.
He plays for England.
Oh, that's like
Come on, dude.
I know.
everybody kind of.
Harry
know.
Kane.
It's
Huh?
our
Harry
Undertaker
Kane.
and
Yeah. See,
yeah, there you go.
I don't know, and that's where a lot of my knowledge will start to fade. Is I recognize a lot of names when I see them on the national teams, but then when they translate to like their Premier League team or whatever they play in, that's where it starts to fade for me a bit.
Yeah.
Until this year, where I've learned a lot more and started to pay more attention. So I think it's just a process. Again, I've never had anything against soccer. I actually like it. Sometimes it's boring to watch just because there's no action going on. I mean, scoring, there's action going on, obviously, but
There you go.
in a non-gay way, I love the dudes. Like they're the fittest guys in the planet, and it's just envious to me. Like I watch soccer and be like,
Don't get me going on soccer players.
Soccer players have just unbelievable.
What is going on in here?
We're being comfortable within ourselves. It's okay.
I'm comfortable.
I was thinking of asking Ben if he's ever played FIFA.
It's part of soccer.
I did make Ben play FIFA one time.
Yeah, don't tell him how bad I was.
I honestly don't remember.
It's pretty bad. But no, for real, you look at soccer players and like, if I could strive to have, a better body, I want to look like that guy, right? Just they look like, at the drop of a hat, car breaks down, no worries. I'm going to run 26 miles to the next gas station.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you
one
also
thing
said
about
that to me,
soccer.
so I don't know if I can believe you on
Always
that.
moving.
Yeah. So, hey, what are we talking
I'm
about?
6 years in and I still don't know everything. And this is the first sport that I haven't watched when I was younger. And
Dude,
I'm having trouble piecing together where guys are from. Cause that means a lot, what club they play for, the transfer, the loan.
Yeah.
Garrett Bale, I forgot was on our team because we loaned him out. And then he shows up to training camp and I'm like, oh, I thought we got rid of that guy. And he was on loan for a year.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
you got to kind of get used to the flow. And I've paid attention for a good amount for 6 years. It's going to take you a while.
I also like what I'm going to like about it. And I told my wife this is watching it a lot, kind of, because it's popular here, but it's not one of the American sports, right? And so if you're watching it a lot, you're paying attention to it where it's overseas in other countries, where there's fans in that other countries, you're listening to the announcers. So it almost kind of, for me, takes you to another world and kind of gives you a little experience of what that's like and those people are like. And I really like that and enjoy that. I'm going hard though. Man City all the way.
I have learned more about Europe.
Also,
so
sorry,
that
I
will
mean,
give
keep
you
interrupting. The other thing about soccer I love, dude, soccer players, #1 tattoo game in all sports.
Yes,
Basketball's coming up. Basketball's probably #2, but soccer players' tattoo games are off the charts. Like,
so you got the foundation. You
There's
got
a bunch
the
of beautiful
foundation
men
of
running around kicking a ball
with tattoos.
With tattoos.
You nailed it. You nailed the foundation of what soccer is, Ben,
Yeah.
and we no longer have
That's
to
exactly
speak about that.
how I would market it.
A bunch of good-looking
exactly
European men with
bunch of
tattoos,
good-looking
with beautiful
European
wives,
men with tattoos
kicking around a ball.
Oh, yeah.
This is the soccer and tattoos episode.
Yeah.
Hey, I got no shame. Sergio Ramos went to PSG. Leo Messi went to PSG, and who watches? Nobody. That's the one thing about the France league. Nobody watches
no one's
that
watching
league
the fucking
commercially.
Subway Fresh League One.
What is that? What is that called?
What's it called?
What is it?
It's called.
No, but I know what you meant by that. I clouded it, but nobody watches it. I don't know one person in America that roots for a French team.
It's called
especially
the Uber.
PSG.
It's called the Uber Eats League A1.
The Uber Eats.
For real?
Yeah.
Ben, PSG.
No one plays
PSG,
fucking over there. I hate PSG.
PSG, Ben, is the team that has that real oil money that buys all the players of the last 10 years
And
to
salt.
my knowledge, that never win anything.
Yeah.
That's how I could put it. Like that's my layman's terms of they have a lot of great players. They haven't won shit since I've been watching soccer. And let's
They
see if they
suck.
win with Messi.
Let
Most
me
likely
make sure.
Messi will make the difference.
Let's make sure that I've learned something over these episodes and make sure I got this. So
Fuck PSG.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
PSG.
no one likes
I
him.
mean, right? So you have the Premier League, right? Then you have PSG in the
Uber Eats League A1.
Uber Eats League A1 league, right?
Yep.
And then the top teams out of those leagues play in the Champions League,
Yep.
right? So PSG would get to play in the Champions League
Correct.
just because there's nobody else there in their Uber Eats League 1.
League
So
A.
they just beat everybody's ass, go to Champions League, and then get their ass beat there because they're playing against teams who actually play competition.
It's like
Okay.
it's like
Yep.
Barcelona. Well, not even Barcelona anymore because they suck. It's like City or Bayern Munich or even Real Madrid to an extent playing in like the MLS. Like that's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like of course they're gonna dominate and win it, but
They're head and shoulders above everyone else, but like second to 19 or second to 20 are competitive.
But you could argue when they go to the real league, which is champions, that's why they don't play well. And like I said, I'm not an expert on this. This is what I've seen over 5 years, but that's why you don't play competitive competition, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For weeks and months, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got to play the best in the world. That's a hard adjustment.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time they do make it far, whether it's the semifinals, quarterfinals, whatever the case may be. It's still very difficult to make it there.
Oh, of course.
But then they
Best of
fold
the
because
best.
that's what they do. So
Hmm.
we'll see. He's wearing number 30, which I think is fucking hideous, but that was his first number at Barca, so I get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't heard a quote, but if he has the mentality of I was number 30 with Barca, now I'm going to a new team, even though I'm the best ever, I'm going to approach PSG as being new and I want to be accepted. I want to earn my jersey. If that's what he meant by all that, that's great. And I love that because that's for Messi, who doesn't have to be humble at all. That's pretty dope. I don't know exactly why
I think it's like this is how it started and this is how it's gonna end type
that's
thing.
pretty dope. I like that.
Come full circle.
And Neymar's not
Yeah.
giving him 10, so
Neymar's like, nah, bro.
keep it real.
Chicks love number 10.
Yeah.
So obviously Messi got what was his contract?
I
More,
think it
like,
said
team friendly?
35 million a year.
Which is lower than what he
Yeah.
would have gotten, right?
He was
Okay.
making a lot more.
Yeah, but the endorsements are going to be there.
he's good.
He's obviously in a place like Paris, where that's a major city. So that's going to be soccer.
He's good.
Soccer is going to be fun topic on this podcast. Come the fall and spring. What else? We got NBA Summer League going on behind me to my left, right.
Shout out my boy.
Obviously we
Shout out my boy.
got a good
IQ.
matchup. Oh yeah, we made a boy dance on skates yesterday.
Yeah,
Seen
Chris.
that?
Cross the fuck out of him.
I don't know how to say his last name, but
Don't matter. He
Yeah.
won't make a team.
enjoy that L.
No,
No, he was the first round. He was a first round pick.
I don't know. Just talking shit.
Saquon
any-
Barkley's back.
Yes, sir.
I hope
Big.
so.
Ben, are you excited to see Justin Fields this weekend?
Yep. Dan, are
Nice.
you excited to get beat by Justin Fields this weekend?
It's the Dolphins, bro. I don't even know what they're gonna do. I'm just glad that Brian Flores told Xavier Howard to shut his ass up and figure it out. But yeah, we're probably gonna lose.
Hey, it's preseason. No one cares. I would normally not watch if I didn't have, rookies I want to pay attention to.
If you
I
had a
think Justin
franchise
will
quarterback.
get some snaps. Well, he's gonna get some snaps for sure. So I'll be checking it out at least.
Yeah.
It's not fucking blacked out up here. Hey, did you
Yeah,
see the
that's-
signs? Did you see the signs someone put up by the Field of Dreams?
No.
No.
The billboards.
I missed them.
someone bought billboards and put them up by the Field of Dreams site, and it literally says, "Hey MLB, how about you stop blacking out games so we here in Iowa can watch our teams that we like."
There you go. I would have chipped in on that.
Yep.
Now you've mentioned that a few times and for people who don't know, because I'm kind of ignorant to the lay of the land of Iowa, Chicago, kind of what it is, because I'm in South Florida. That means we get Miami. I think we get
What?
Tampa Bay Rays.
What?
I like that. But then there's little things that, you would think we get, like, I think Orlando City MLS we don't get.
What?
How does that relate to geographically where you guys are? Like, is this just a complaint because you're a Chicago fan, or is it geographically it would make sense for you guys where you live to get Chicago games?
You gonna list off the states, Ben?
It's just to me, for my experience, is just where Des Moines is located in Iowa, actually. Because back where I grew up like right on the border of Iowa and Illinois. So it's an area called the Quad Cities. And so
Okay.
It's 5 cities. 2 are in Iowa, 3 are in Illinois. I know, Quad. It was originally 4, and then one of the cities went from Moline to East Moline. So anyways, but it's an area there. It's about 2 hours away from Chicago. So growing up, like, they still, anything Chicago we got all the Chicago channels, any of that. Then I moved to Des Moines, and Des Moines in like this weird spot. It's in the middle of the state. And so it's like, we're 2 hours away from Kansas City.
What?
A little over 3 from Minneapolis.
What?
Omaha's like an hour and a half away if you're
What?
going like I do.
Omaha.
Chicago is 5.5 hours away from Des Moines. Okay. And
What?
so Milwaukee, there in Wisconsin, like Madison is like a 4-hour drive. Milwaukee's like a 4-hour drive.
We get nothing over here.
From Des Moines. They black out all of that shit.
So
all
right
of it.
now on your television,
You can't get
what
but
major
you-
sports do you get every single time they play?
Well, I mean, we have YouTube TV, so like,
Yeah, we
No,
get,
okay. So
get your
we get
local-
anything that's on nationally, but if
so
we
like
let's say-
Cardinals,
Yeah.
Cubs.
yeah.
that's what I
so,
meant.
like,
Like if you had
NBA.
Xfinity or whatever it is nationally or in your state, what do you get?
White
Team
Sox.
wise.
White Sox. Well, the Cubs have like their own specific
Cubs have their
channel,
own channel.
like their own network. So we don't get that. So like, I don't know if Ben does. Like, I get White Sox games. I think we get either Brewers or Cardinals games as well.
Yeah. Baseball isn't that much of a problem besides the Cubs thing. And the Cubs thing is because the Cubs have their own network, Marquee Sports Network. And you can only get that on like, I think Xfinity or something like that, which then isn't even offered here. And so that's the Cubs problem. Basketball though, like they blacked out Timberwolves games. They
Pistons.
blacked out Bucks games. They blacked out Indiana Pacers games.
So to put it in perspective, I only get blacked out for Miami Heat. I mean, Miami Marlins don't play on national TV. So in South Florida, I don't have many blacked out professional
They
teams.
play on Fox
You're saying where
Sports.
you guys are located, you get blacked out like
Everything.
more than
Fucking
that's
sucks.
crazy. No, and it's because you brought this up many times. I wanted to like really dive into it only out of curiosity. I'm sure I don't know if the audience gives a shit, which is probably don't, but I don't care because it's our podcast. But so basically, that's crazy because that's a problem with baseball, and that's
Bro,
the
especially
MLB
with the
has to figure
Mets.
that out.
Especially with the Mets being in the National League, like, and Ben can relate because he's in the National League too. Every time they go to Milwaukee, can't watch. Every time they go to the Cubs, can't watch.
Yeah,
Every
you
time
guys
they
are
go
right
to the
in that, like,
Cardinals, can't watch.
That
Yeah, we're like in the
Bermuda
middle of an area
triangle
that
of
has like
getting fucked.
access.
And it doesn't matter if they're
not
home
long
games or
access
not
to-
for the Mets.
Right.
Yeah, so even if
Yeah.
they're playing at New York,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's
so
a
the
lot of
sign
games. That's
says,
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a I'll send
Scams.
it to you. It's a ton of
Yeah.
like, billboard signs. It says Commissioner Manfred end the MLE blackouts. Let Iowans watch their favorite teams.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
So-
saying. That's when they're done. Like,
So
it's
for the
21st
listeners,
century.
don't move
There's
to
people who are
Iowa
fans of teams
and watch
that are
sports.
Move to Iowa.
across the span, and so it's just because we have quick access to all these cities doesn't mean you got to black out all the damn games for us.
So it's all right,
Yes.
Ben. You can watch the Cubs game behind Ray's head today.
I don't,
Yeah,
I don't watch Cubs games
I'll
anymore.
put it on right now. What do you want to? Oh, Rizzo got
The
Hey,
Cubs
shout out
is-
to
you mean Cubs
whole
as
Raphael.
in,
Yankee
like,
lineup got.
actual bear, babies Cubs, because the Cubs baseball team is trash. I'm boycotting them the rest of the year.
What did you say, Gravy? Ortega?
Shout out to Rafael Ortega, the Cubs outfielder. Guy's been a staple in my fantasy baseball lineup lately.
Ooh, you getting singles and doubles,
Oh, yeah.
stolen bases?
Yep,
I
a lot of
boycotted
bit of everything.
the rest
Lot of bit of
2021
everything.
Cubs
A
baseball.
lot of bit of everything.
I like that. And then probably the last sport thing we have is obviously wrapping up Tokyo. USA wins gold in men's and women's. Diana Taurasi's over here palming a basketball with a 5'6" Japanese woman trying to get the ball. I looked at 3 consecutive plays of the highlight where the girl had to be no more than 5'10", and she was the center of the team and getting just
man.
swatted back in the paint. What did you guys get from obviously the USA men's team? We talked 3-4 weeks ago how they got to pick it up. That I think we were more on the positive end than most of the people we knew, but a lot of people were talking stuff about the women, how they dominated, but it's like the competition is way inferior. And then obviously with the women soccer not medaling, which gold was expected, and they had a full squad. What is your guys about the wrap up of Tokyo 2020?
I didn't watch too much of the Olympics.
Neither did I.
Yeah, all I saw was really the gold medal game, just bits and pieces of it. And whoever is saying that the rest of the world is catching up to the USA in basketball, yeah, okay, I guess. But we had like our C squad. All right.
Yeah.
Not everyone that, should have played was playing. And I mean, it was close, but I felt like them boys were just playing around. KD was just showcasing that he's the best player on the planet. Like we've known it. And I'm just glad they won gold, because if they wouldn't have, like, it would have. Did you just punch your TV?
What?
Your microphone's not working, Raymundo.
You're muted.
Oh,
But yeah,
muted.
I'm glad the USA won gold, because the tweets would have been going off.
Draymond with all the receipts was hilarious.
Exactly. Yep,
Yeah.
Draymond did. Yep. I'm glad he did that too, because reporters and analysts and journalists are quick to talk shit, but then they don't do
Yeah.
nothing when they're wrong.
Right.
Specifically Colin Cowherd. Wow.
That's everybody.
He's
Yeah,
the worst,
that's
bro.
good.
He's the worst. Colin Cowherd
He
is the worst.
I
He's
can't
become
stand
best
that
friends.
guy. If I see him in the grocery store, I'll follow him until he walks to aisle 7 and then walk behind him and trip his ass for no reason.
Well, that's like everybody also in group chats, how people say some wild shit. I'll screenshot it, and I have a folder of receipts about my team. Like I got really petty lately, where it's
Am I in
like
there?
you got to be no, you're not
okay.
in there. But
Oh,
there's got,
yeah, he had to look down.
I was
I think
talking
you're
a
in
lot
there.
of shit about the Yankees.
there's got to be just a responsibility of like, I get it. Sometimes we're men. We throw shade just to get a reaction. I get that. But then there's other comments that are like, I hope you're drunk or on heroin because you are
On
not making
heroin.
sense.
A lot of Mo and Zoe in there then. All right, cool.
But it's like, come on, like,
You know,
are you saying it for the group chat? Or are you saying it because you really feel this way? So I save them, and there's not too many. I'm not over here fucking doing research on mine, but there's a couple comments where I'm like, ooh, I'm going to need this in 365 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did that recently with someone's steak.
Ooh,
Save
somebody
those
in here?
receipts.
No.
Oh, don't say the name. That's
No,
fine. We
no,
don't
no,
wanna put
nobody
it
in
on
No,
here.
you
blast,
can't
but
do that. No, you only when you're ready to return
the receipt. That's when
return
you
the
let 'em know.
receipt. That's when you call it out.
Shout out
Before-
Apple for doing a receipt emoji, by the way. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get off topic, off the Olympics, my mic just fell. Did you know they get
Catch.
taxed on their medals?
Yeah.
No, come on.
Yeah.
It's America,
I just
dude.
found
Stop.
It's
I
America,
just
bro.
found that out last night.
Yeah. It's
They get
America.
taxed
Not only
on
do they
their
not get
medals.
paid,
Explain
only
what
do they not
tax
get paid,
means.
Good old America.
Yeah, I think it's only for athletes that make over $1 million. But yeah, they get taxed on it.
What?
Yeah, it's hold on, I have the numbers right here.
Like I'm an Olympic athlete, and I just won gold for the first time. I'm 21 years old. I defeated the odds. I have no major endorsements because I was ranked 8th and won first. They're taxing me on what? On what the gold actually costs? I need to know
Right.
details about this.
Right. This is
Right.
America. Have you ever?
This is America.
Have
Is
you
it
ever
America
seen-
or Olympian?
It doesn't.
Is it Is it American Olympics
No, it's the IRS. It's
You guys see why I
America.
rooted
It's
for
the
Italy
IRS.
in the Euros, right?
Right.
So
Right. Have any of you guys ever? Hold on. Have any of you guys ever seen Portlandia, the show?
No.
no.
I have seen it once or twice. Not enough to have a
It's
conversation.
so
about it.
funny. If you ever eat too much broccoli, watch it. Hilarious. Anyways,
I love
broccoli. In that show, they're like making fun of people who like pickle things, you know, like making their own pickles and stuff. And so they're like, they just walk around with everything. Like, we can pickle that. We can pickle that.
Is
That's
that an
America.
Iowa thing?
Is it? I don't know.
No, I've never heard of it. What are you doing when you're
Pickle?
pickling something?
You're making
You're like
it
putting
into
it in a
pickle.
jar and
Put it
yeah.
in a jar. So like you cucumbers,
Oh.
you put in a jar, put pickle spice in there, make it into pickle.
I thought it was like
They'll
lips.
do it with other things. They'll take like green beans, put it in a jar, pickle green beans. But that's America. And America is like anything you see, we can tax that. We can tax that.
Mhm.
That gold
Yep.
medal you just won, we can tax it.
You have it
Yep.
pulled up
Hey.
for it?
Crypto
Yeah,
right
it's-
now, we can tax
Bro,
it.
no, stop. They don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with crypto, so they shouldn't even be talking about it.
I know. I don't want to talk about it 'cause I'm gonna go off.
they don't even know what a blockchain is, but they want to
Right?
fucking take our crypto
That
money.
was my whole point. I wanted to barge in there and be like, hey, you
Look,
motherfucker
bro.
just voted no. Or you voted yes for this. Can you explain what a blockchain is? No? Get the fuck out of here then.
In one of the Discord
Vote
chats,
on something you don't
this-
fucking know about.
this dude was going off. He was like, all right, so they want to tax my money that I'm already getting taxed on and I'm yielding it. And now you want to tax that? No, get the fuck out of here. What is wrong with you? You know,
They just, all it is they see an opportunity to capitalize
yep.
off the wealth.
And-
But exactly what's going to happen is what everybody's talking about. You're going to force all the development of everything overseas into other countries if you do this. And so
Mhm.
it will not happen here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like people will find a way to not be taxed on it because they're like Danny said, they're already getting fucking taxed. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't wanna
bro.
get into
Why?
All right.
So
Did-
yeah,
Did
Ridiculous.
All
you
right,
find
so-
out info? Go ahead.
yeah. So for gold, it's $37,500. For silver,
37,000.
Wait a minute. That's what the IRS is
$500.
claiming the
Wow.
value
No,
of that
no, no,
gold
no,
medal
no.
is?
That's what they get for the medal.
Okay.
oh yeah, because they can cash it or something. But yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah. So 37,500 for gold, 22,500 for silver, and 15,000 for bronze. It's a 37% tax.
37. That's a high percentage.
Yeah. That's a
Dude,
huge percentage.
Wow.
37%.
So they're taxing it like almost like a bonus or large winnings.
Yeah.
Bro,
pretty amazing.
I've been flipping houses this year and I don't get taxed that much on like short-term capital tax. Like I did research and I also asked my accountant, like, how much am I going to get taxed on this if I do it properly? It was less than 25%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's incredible.
man.
Yeah, it says tax rates may go up under proposals from the Biden administration, but right now prize money is subject to a top marginal tax rate of 37%.
There's not
Even
there's
so.
not even a specification that they could put on it too. That's great. Like they can't even be like, you know what? This is a sub. If you're in the Olympics, like you can make that. That would get passed. No, am I
Yeah.
wrong? Like
I
if
would
they
think so.
propose that in Congress, like what has to happen for
ain't never gonna happen.
people? That's insane.
That's so flawed, bro. That is so like I looked at that
Representing
and I
your
was like,
country.
yeah, exactly. I looked at that and I was like, damn, this is fucking ridiculous. Like
We're
I wouldn't
all
even want to
flawed,
win
man.
anymore.
Everything's flawed with the system of America. Don't get me started. I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan lately, and I know, Ben. I didn't want to do this. We talked prior to this episode about going into this stuff, but y'all better fucking wake up. whoever's listening on this podcast.
Jeez.
I read the Commonwealth Fund report. If you don't know what that is, like they examine basically healthcare systems across the world, and they release a report every year with rankings. And as
Rankings.
every year since 2004, America has been last in healthcare rankings, and we've got
Not even
last
to make
again
the
this year.
tournament.
Got last again this year. Some of the interesting numbers from it. America, 62% of bankruptcies in America are because of healthcare costs. There is no bankruptcies in any other country because of healthcare costs in the world.
We're
None.
doing great.
Not one. And then what were some other the other things?
Touch tree stings.
I like my man Ben pulled out the
Oh, yeah.
legal pad. He's
Oh,
got it
Yeah.
ready.
Goodness.
America has the highest infant mortality rate of any of those of the countries that are ranked in there. There was 11, and then the shortest life expectancy. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
Also, we had the worst healthcare system compared to those 11. Yet we spend the most money of most of our GDP, 17%, on our healthcare. Now, if you have any kind of math knowledge and you think about it and you do the math, you're like, wait a minute, we're spending 17% of our GDP on healthcare, yet 62% of bankruptcies are because of healthcare costs. Someone's getting paid here, guys.
Oh
And
yeah, of course.
someone's getting paid here, guys. And if any of the people out there wanted to know what the top countries to take care of your health were, they were the Netherlands, Australia, and
Denmark?
one other one. Well, I can't remember. Netherlands. Hey, Netherlands and Australia were
Norway.
for sure one of them. Norway. Yeah, my people.
Norway.
I
My
couldn't-
people.
It was either
Yeah.
Norway or Denmark. I couldn't remember which
And I
one.
have a
But that-
theory on the Norway one. Is that one's easy because it's cold up there a lot. So people just stay inside. They don't really risk anything. They're basically eating meat and potatoes all the time. So,
Sounds good.
out here in America, we wild out. Miami Beach and spring break, if it done that, I needed healthcare because I did some bad things.
Allegedly.
Sorry.
Hey,
my
baby.
goodness.
This is what
No, I
happens
love that.
when you sit
I'm
in
gonna
a
count
room
that
all
as B
day
wonders
and
for
you
the-
stare at a
for the
screen
episode.
and don't really talk to people, or you talk to people on the phone you don't really want to talk to. And then, anyways, move on. I'm done.
Well, that's all the sports we got to cover, unless anybody got little things before we go into obviously Bet the Fort trending topics, but anything random or within sports you guys want to bring up, or
Do we want to
change the
say?
subject up to
Do
you
we want
guys?
to talk about how poor WWE is?
The floor is
Cash poor.
yours.
That should say it all right there. Ray's
At
reaction.
least Randy Orton came back last night. That was fun.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep the RK Bro around.
That was pretty dope. Do you see RKO out of nowhere on
Yeah.
AJ Styles? Pretty fire.
Shout out to Vito, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. Let's see some before Bet the Fort. Actually, let's do Bet the Fort so we could just go into
Do it.
vibing out the rest of the episode. Bet the Fort. He
Give me
is
something
on
good for it
fire
because the
lately.
A's are fucking me tonight.
The
This
who?
boy.
Who?
Let's
A's.
see. The A's?
A's?
Oh,
Nice.
you bet the A's?
I bet the A's to win tonight.
Who are they
What's the
playing?
score?
The Indians.
Hey, I've hit a parlay for 4 straight days.
I think that Gravy's on fire too.
I'm scorching right now.
So
It's gonna be
Bet the
Danny.
Fort is on a 6 episode obviously win streak where it's either 2-1, 3-2, in the green, raised up his overall all-time percentage.
Better get that batting average up.
Yeah,
I was-
last week
I
went
was
3 for 2.
undefeated. I was undefeated the other week, so I mean, I try to tell y'all, but people got to get their jokes off, so it's all good.
Right, where are they now? Where are they? Like we talked about earlier, where it's like people want to take shots when people are down, but where are they when he's up? So
Yeah.
we haven't heard
it's all
anything
good.
yet.
Yeah,
So what do you got for us, brother?
I don't think we're gonna hear anything either, but that's all right. And I don't even watch baseball, so
Do it.
And that's all I'm going with today. Just baseball because dog days of August, not much sports going on.
I'll watch baseball, but my only bets today are
Baseball. um,
Way to build confidence.
right? No, I watched Two for the Money. That was a good movie. I'm taking Blue Jays over the Mariners, Reds over the Phillies, and Astros over the Angels. Zach Greinke's pitching on Friday, so Astros Angels first game of that series on Friday. That's lock of the week.
Boom.
Damn, A's
Hey,
are
but
So
no,
3
two
picks.
for the Money was a good ass movie. I didn't think it was gonna be so good because when I pulled it up on Amazon Prime, it kind of looked kind of corny. But Matthew McConaughey
Wait. Those games, are you betting the series?
series,
Or-
Yeah.
Okay. that's what I
series,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we put it on IG, like, because that was a thing that he was betting on games, and then he was like, "Wait, let's just bet on series," because kind of gives you the whole, and that kind of adds to a different dynamic to his betting
Yeah.
style, where,
Yeah, because usually people don't bet on series, so I like it.
yeah,
Gotta
gives you
change it
something
up
different.
a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. So let's bet the fort. He's on fire. Show him love. You know, the same people that were saying fade the fort. DM us now. Yeah, my boy's going for 70%.
Wow.
Now let's get into some
That's impressive.
trending topics. A few that I had off the bat was I was supposed to go to Ohio last weekend and I didn't because Spirit got no pilots. There's workers that are not showing up to work. There's pilots that are like, nah, I'm good. Didn't go to Ohio for that reason. So got canceled. Book a flight. I know Fort made it here in South Florida.
Yeah, I
safely,
went
right?
JetBlue though, so
There you go. I usually go JetBlue, but we had to book a Spirit Airlines, and you know, you get what you pay for, and that's what we got. That was all that was available at the time,
Is
so that's
there-
why
Do
we
you know
had
if
to.
there's reasons that they're not showing up, or what's the deal?
Our flight was at 6:40. We got the email at 4. I'm going to call it 4:15. So like
But what are
2.5
the
hours before.
What are the problems, or why are pilots just? Why don't they have
I-
people to fly the planes?
I think they're being overworked. I think that's what they're saying. They're being overworked. Maybe health wise with the vaccine, and they don't feel safe. So it could be a combination of both. I think is they're getting worked. You know,
Yeah.
these billion-dollar companies are trying to maximize on their employees and add in the fact that we're in a pandemic still. We're not out of it. I think it's a mixture of both.
Yeah, from what I heard,
Almost.
pilots aren't being paid enough and they're being overworked. So
And I don't want a pilot being overworked, bro. That's the
No,
one
absolutely
person.
not.
dude,
I
Yeah,
was gonna say
Like,
that.
no,
Yeah.
thank
the
you.
last thing you want.
I'd rather
is
miss
a
my flight.
overworked pilot.
That's what we
cousin-
said.
my cousin flew here from New York this weekend and he went to Newark for 10 hours or maybe LaGuardia for 10 hours, never left. They canceled his flights. So I had to go
Wow.
home and fly out the next day. And like, that's what he was saying to me. He's like, they're not spending money on their staff and their employees. Who knows of the amount of budget cuts or little money they're spending on maintenance.
Wow.
It's like, and
I
when
don't
he
want
said that, I was
Denzel
like, damn, I'm
Washington
not flying for
flying
the
my
next
plane.
year.
What's that movie, by the way, with Denzel where he gets drunk and flies a plane and lands it and then gets ridiculed for being drunk while he landed that flight?
Yeah,
Snakes on a
It's a
plane?
good movie.
Snakes on a plane.
Snakes
That
on a plane.
is-
This guy.
That is
I forgot what that one was. That's a good
That was
movie,
Samuel
though.
L.
It's-
Jackson, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is a good movie. I know what you're talking about, right? It's a good
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like he just got drunk a lot, flew a plane, knows, how we all master the trait of doing something totally irresponsible when you're intoxicated. And
Yeah.
he had to land a
Not
plane.
flying a plane.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get Spirit to land my plane like that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I got a few more, but you guys rattle off what you guys got going on, trending topics, kind of what you wanted to chop it up about before we end.
Daryl Gone is that dude
Yeah.
who I don't want to say that Derek Lewis was intimidated because he's that dude too, but he was fucking intimidated of Cyril Gone. He didn't want no part of that fight. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yo, like this dude, you have Knockout King tatted on your chest. show me something. He only
Was that
had
the
like
main event for it?
Yeah,
Derek
Missed
yeah,
the
the
name.
main event. Yeah,
I gotta
more like
rewatch
the
it. I gotta rewatch
pain event. But yeah, I mean, for a heavyweight doing the things that Cyril Gahn does, the dude's built like a linebacker. Like I'm pretty sure he could go play in the NFL and put on some pads and he'll do this. He'll dominate because he's an athletic freak of nature. And even though Ngannou is too, that fight, man.
I'm just interested in seeing it. I just want to see it.
Bro, I
Right.
can't wait for that. Like,
Yeah.
that is going to be a clash, and
I-
both those guys are athletic. They're nuts, and I'm excited for that. I thought we were going to get something this weekend, but I was disappointed.
I think he definitely felt the pressure a little bit, especially being home, having to
Mhm.
deal with your family and tickets and living up to the expectations. And I'm not saying he's not built for it. I definitely think he is. Just things I felt like he looked tired
Yeah,
going into the fight, and it wasn't as soon as he walked out and he wasn't smiling, and he was playing that funk when he walked out, but he just I didn't see the usual him, and I was like, he's fucked.
yeah.
Like,
They asked Cyril Gahn. He's like, "Did you know that you were trolling the people at Houston playing still tipping?"
That was great. 10 out of 10 from him.
Because they started like applauding and shit when it first started playing because they thought Derek Lewis
I thought it was
coming out.
yeah, I thought it was too.
And then they see Cyril Gahn and they got so mad. But nah, man, that UFC is in good hands. He's only like 10-0 in the UFC, and
Yep.
that dude is the problem.
He's just 10-0 as an MMA fighter.
Yeah, MMA. Yeah, I think that's his whole record. Yeah, so that's what they were saying, that it's quick for him to move up like that. But
Showed it.
I'm walking the other way if I see that guy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For real. Most of these dudes.
And Jose Aldo is still here.
Oh my god.
He's still here.
Oh boy.
I thought you were gonna take that one to bet too.
I thought so too, but I wasn't sure.
Anything else from you?
I just wanted to say shout out to Shaq on being named the
Yes.
brand ambassador for WinBet. He's being forced to sell his minority stake in the Kings, which he's up 250% since he acquired a stake in 2013. Big money for Shaq. He's the ultimate businessman. That guy has
He really
his
is.
fork in every single plate in the world.
Unintended.
Nicest famous person, most genuine famous person I've ever met in my life is that guy.
Yeah, I can definitely believe it. And shout out to my boy IT dropping 81 this weekend.
Oh yeah, some team needs to sign him, man. That's just
Lakers should sign him.
disrespect. Anybody should sign him. It doesn't matter. Like, he's an NBA player.
Yeah.
Anything
He
from
should go
you,
back
Ben?
to the Celtics.
Nothing.
You're not wondering anything this week?
I wonder.
we got a little hint of it
I wondered
earlier.
a lot of stuff throughout this thing. So yeah.
I'll kind of wrap up with some DMs and suggestions that we got.
Wrap it up.
Down the DMs.
Wrap it up. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. We got yeah, we covered that. Lawler said Obama's birthday. He's trolling us.
Bro.
Sure. He's
Look, I'm
just
not
like the
even done.
yeah, the first topic he thought about, he's just like, all right, I'm gonna hit send on this.
Happy
one."
birthday
So-
to my president who had gas prices under $2.
Yeah, like that's the
podcast.
most important thing about your life. But hey, that's what most some people cling on to. So shout out Lawler, listen to us while he's working, quote unquote working. C
Roman
Mood
horse.
19, Vigilante playing at the Gas Lamp October 22nd. Do you guys know about that? Iowans.
Yeah, that's my boy. I used to play softball. I used to. I played softball with him before. So he has a little band, a little cover band. They go around and I'm not saying little in a mean way. Just he has a band.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the guy.
I have no idea what they play and where that is. I'm not from here.
Gas lamps
Alright.
downtown.
Well, I
right, the
googled it.
Sculpture
I
Park.
looked into it. So
Oh, cool.
You know, the
I
Sculpture
looked
Park is
into
it's a good live music place. It's actually one of the best in the city.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, we got
check that out.
obviously. Who's this? Chippy. You know that person?
Chippy, yeah.
You
Chippy's
know,
cute.
said talk zodiac signs. I know Danny hates that shit.
Talk what
He
signs?
did already mention.
Zodiac
We're-
signs.
Zodiac
we're
signs.
not
That's
happening.
funny. And what's going on in Cuba? Obviously, we covered that over the last couple episodes. The fucking world's on fire, dude.
It is literally.
It's like wherever
It ain't-
wherever you live, it's not well. The world is
Yeah.
not doing okay, and that's
you read-
that's. Go
If
ahead,
you
Ben.
read the UN report on global warming, the world is on fire and it is not ever going to stop, and it's just going to get worse. And
100%.
they're basically, to sum it up, that report, there is nothing we can do anymore about it. It's inevitable.
Yeah,
The shocking-
things are
shocking
broken.
thing about- yeah, shocking thing is
Thanos.
like by 2100, most of the Middle East at this pace will be unlivable. Like humans won't even be able to live there anymore because of how hot it is, or if it even exists. Which I don't think people think of that. That's then going to cause mass migration to other countries, which is then just based on the way the world is going to cause fucking war.
Probably gonna get people to move to Iowa.
So it's bad. If anybody, it's long, but if you
She
don't
said.
believe in it, not to me, brother.
Come on, Doug.
If you don't,
I had to.
I was gonna keep going.
I'm sorry.
If you don't believe in global warming, I challenge you to read that report and just think of it critically from a human perspective, and not say, hey, maybe something's wrong here, because it's happening for real. It's gonna get bad. So
Was Jeb Bush for or against global warming?
fuck gives a shit about Jeb Bush.
Oh,
Jeb
Yeah.
Bush. Doug.
The fuck gives it. There's another guy I'll trip
Jeb
in the grocery
Bush.
store aisle.
no, not Jeb Bush. Who was the guy that ran against? Who's
The one that had the
Al
what are you
Gore?
talking about?
The
Al
cleft
Gore,
lip.
yeah.
Al
Oh,
Gore.
Al Gore's internet.
Yeah, Al Gore. I don't know when he ran for president. I think
He
might
ran
have
with
been
George
against-
Bush
yeah,
in
against
2000.
Yeah, it was like
but Al
2000.
Gore's a big
2000.
proponent of it now. So
He was
might
ahead of the
that's what he
game,
does.
bro. Al Gore was
spends all
saying
his
this in
time-
2000, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this has just gotten like mainstream. Let's talk about it over 5, 10, 15, even 15. He's been talking about it for over 20 years. That's how you know
Debate
that we're behind.
The-
We're behind.
every place in the world, and you see it every year. You see it this year. You see places that are, Seattle, Washington is reaching over triple-digit temperatures. Just shit that's unseen before. And that report's like, this is going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to get hotter and hotter. Shit's going to burn. You're not going to be able to grow crops in certain areas anymore. Not good.
Can get real
Absolutely.
bad.
Shout out to DJ Kuzmo.
Kuzmo!
10th anniversary
Kuzmo.
of Watch the Throne. I went to the Watch the Throne concert and I think I mentioned it on the pod at MSG.
Yep.
They performed N-Words in Paris like 7 times in a row, and it was fire every single time they performed it.
Nice.
I went to it in Omaha, and it was
You
fun.
did?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What type
Omaha.
of venue? Were they in a big like arena venue?
Oh yeah,
in
big
Omaha?
arena.
Yeah, I can
think
imagine. Yeah,
used to be called the
that's
Sprint Center, but yeah, it's a big arena. It was sweet.
cool. Rihanna's a billionaire, which I wanted to bring up briefly, was holy shit. That's a fucking
Yeah.
big deal. As far
know.
as like when you're talking billions, that's not something you want to be a millionaire. That's something you could kind of put into motion. Being a billionaire is something that
Yeah.
that's another stratosphere. But somebody like Rihanna, who's super young,
Yep.
I think all of us are older than Rihanna. Is that
Yeah.
No.
right?
Yeah,
How old
Fenty
is she?
Beauty.
31, 30?
I know.
Maybe
I
me and Ben only.
am.
But she's young. Like, to be under fucking 60 and be a billionaire is
She's 33 years
phenomenal.
old.
That's insane.
Unbelievable.
And
Yeah.
obviously she has side businesses other than music that has made her a billionaire. I just
Yeah.
saw that and I was like, wow, that's moving
know.
forward. I know, was it Kylie Jenner was one of the first women like of being young, being a billionaire. But I mean, I guess it's motivation. What are you going to do with billions? I don't want personally billions. I don't want
Me either.
millions because we all know that turns you into something
Yeah, bro. You run out
kind
of
of go
things to
against your
do.
morals at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've said it before on here. I have a number, and once I hit that number,
Yep.
I will not do anything else. Like that number is all I need. I
Something
don't want to
Gary
have
V.
to like constantly strive to get more, and then take focus away from just living.
Absolutely. I used to listen to Gary Vee more, but he always said he knows, millionaires that are miserable, but then he knows people that make 70, 90,000 a year that are extremely happy. So it's important self-perspective to know what your number is in life, because not everybody should probably be, in respect to money. But quick topics, Fort laughed at me when I sent this to you guys, but Cuomo getting touchy.
Yeah.
that man's in
And
trouble.
then
And
resigned. He just resigned today.
Yeah,
he's the
today.
mayor of New York City, correct? I wanna
Governor,
make sure I get-
governor.
No, governor.
Governor.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Not
governor
anymore.
Oh,
of
that
York.
other dude.
Not
That
anymore.
other dude.
De Blasio.
De
De
Blasio.
Blasio.
Yeah,
is
he's
the
the
mayor,
mayor of
okay.
the city. Yeah.
I get that confused all the time.
Yeah,
but
it's
my
about-
man
Yeah,
was
I'll
just
be
putting
right there,
his
bro.
hands on boobs.
He's Italian.
Boobs. Yeah, that's what he said.
He did.
Guy's
he
trying to make
resigned,
Italians
but
look
he's
bad.
Still denying it.
Yeah,
And
what's going on?
if
He
people
actually resigned
think-
today, I think.
Yes.
He
Or he
he
will.
has to, because that dude. If you read the report, bro.
This is his third report this
Yeah,
episode.
I know. Like
It's
you
so
can't-
wild.
You can't deny this stuff. Like the district attorney, listener read off the things that they have evidence of, and it's like, okay, man, that's not a good look for you. You're gonna be in big trouble. Like you can't stick your hand.
Doesn't that sound like
up girls'
someone talking to a
skirts and
10-year-old?
feel them
Like
up.
you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bang!
Or like someone on Twitter, because that they have a stop the curve or whatever. Someone on Twitter is like, look, New
Stop the
York
count.
finally stopped the curve.
Stop the. Oh, that's amazing.
Dude.
This man sat in front of us doing press conferences every day for a year. And
He
this
wrote a
man was
book about being a
open
leader.
movies.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I know.
What a loser.
It just lets you know who you're listening to, guys. Every public service announcement, make sure you do some. Don't put too much emphasis on leaders or
Yeah.
Yeah.
idolize
Like that
people,
tweet
because
Gravy
we're all
sent.
human. What was it?
I actually got it
Just-
from Ben. Ben
Oh yeah.
liked it or retweeted it or something. Like he just wrote a book about being a leader or about leadership. This is like should teach people to think for themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Don't worry about what these people are doing. Half these people that are on TV and in positions of power, they don't know what the fuck they're doing either. So
Yeah.
just like
Everything's crooked.
worry about
The biggest
yourself.
thing that should be taught in schools is how to think for yourself. That's
Mm.
the.
They're not going to do that though, because they don't want people
No,
to
I mean-
think for themselves.
Well,
That's
it'll
not
happen.
how-
Kanye keeps asking me to go do dumbbell curls with him. I told him he's got to wait for a little bit.
Tell him to drop fucking Donda. Give us
Or
a definitive
Donde,
date.
because where the hell is it?
Donde.
Don't.
Oh, you didn't hear that, Ben?
No, he did. He's like,
Oh,
I'll take
okay.
credit for it though. Fuck it.
That's good.
Oh my god!
When
I've never heard that.
first heard that,
I
when
never
I
heard
first
that.
heard that, I was dying.
It was a
took me
tweet. It
good
was a
second.
tweet I
was
saw.
like, that's pretty
Damn.
fucking good.
Never heard that. Wow.
A plus for that person. A plus. I
I'm
can't take the
taking two
credit.
things away from this podcast tonight.
What?
Fish stinks from the head down, and Donde.
Donde.
And the last thing I had was Suicide Squad movie. Have you guys seen it?
No,
Oh,
I'm saving
probably.
it for this weekend. Big movie weekend this
Okay.
weekend.
I saw it. I enjoyed it.
No spoilers,
It was
please.
good. I got none
I'm
for
s-
you. I
I'm
enjoyed it
saving
though.
it too. I wanted to watch it, but my brother came in town with my nieces, so
Had a
Yeah,
good
I'll get to it.
cast.
Yeah, I got that and Malice at the Palace was released on
yeah.
Netflix today.
yeah.
Oh, today?
So,
Damn,
yeah.
I got a lot of shit
Yeah.
to watch.
Hard Knock starts tonight too.
Yes, it does. I'll be watching that.
Ooh.
Mandy actually
Dallas
watches that
Cowboys.
with me, so we're gonna check it out.
I love that, man. I said it when we talked about it the first time. I love when you get the introspective and the raw, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's not enough of that nowadays with all the cameras and the and what we could do documentary wise. I feel like baseball should do that. That's what baseball should capitalize on, that where it's like you want to bring friends in, show them what a baseball player goes through. Maybe there will be appreciation. You know, I appreciate NFL players because of Hard Knocks. That shit is aggressive. I've never played recreational football, so I respect it automatically because I've never done it in that way where it's like, whoa, I that's pretty intense. But then when you watch it at a professional level, that's what baseball should do. You should do more.
I've been on record saying that they did it on the All-Star game. They do it at exhibition games. Let them wear a mic. Who cares? Let them tweet after they hit a homer off someone. Let them tweet after they strike someone out that they don't like. Let them go in the dugout and be like, yo, did y'all see that triple play? Like, whatever the case may be. Because, like, if there's one sport that could do that, it's baseball.
I don't think they ever will, though.
They're not going to.
Traditionalists.
And it's not. No, I don't think the players would ever do that. Like, if they were given the opportunity, I don't think they would, because a lot of baseball players are very superstitious. They stick to a routine during games.
True,
and they want to be so focused and locked in on whether it's there at bat or looking at pitches, looking at video while that's going on. I don't know if they were given the opportunity, if they'd actually do it, maybe even as much as we think that they would.
Yeah,
I have been seeing a lot more celebrations as far as like different teams I know have like a title belt, like a jacket, like a chain, Eagle pocket. I like that in the dugout. You know, it's within their team. They celebrate. I like
you
that.
The little hand
kind of
signals when you get on
building.
base. Yeah.
Yep. That's been building. So I do give at least the players credit for, doing it in a respectful way with the hand signals. Every team has one. And then when they hit a home run or whatever. So that's kind of cool to watch that culture being built. But that's it from me. Anything you guys want to close with?
Nope.
Are we closing?
We're closing.
Okay.
Closing.
Kitchen's closed.
I just want everyone to know that everyone make sure, whether it's our Twitter, our Twitter or our Instagram or this person's personal Twitter or Instagram, you all wish my guy a happy birthday this Friday, okay?
Yes, sir.
It is B Wonder's birthday on Friday.
B Wonder's birthday.
Hey.
Friday the 13th.
I'm on my way.
Not a guy for the attention, but we're shutting IG down.
I love it.
IG down.
36.
Nice.
36,
Don't look a day over 34.
Right?
I mean, LeBron's still playing at 36, right? That gives you hope.
Yeah,
he's still
I appreciate that.
dominating.
Compared to
You had a good day today too.
I know.
Hey, Tom Brady's still playing.
Yeah, Tom Brady's still every day.
I only get stronger. So I tell my employees, like, I'm never quitting.
Yeah.
I only get stronger, more powerful. As I age, I'm like the Benjamin Button guy,
Turning me on.
Yep.
All right.
Well, on that note, that wraps up episode 27. YouTube, subscribe. Apple, subscribe. Like us, follow us, do whatever you got to do on our social. Only helps us out as far as, boosting up kind of what we got going on, and kind of moves us up the list of many podcasts going on. We're 27 episodes in, so we got a lot more coming for you guys. We
Soon
appreciate
we'll have
you guys
as many
listening
episodes
and
as Ben has birthdays.
Right?
watching. Hopefully we get there.
Shout out Eli Porter.
Have a good night, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.